Hello, this is my first video on introducing myself to the world as a life coach or relationship coach or achieving your life's dream coach. So I guess I'm still working out the kinks here. So I spent most of my life learning about how to overcome problems and how to overcome habits or overcome things that were getting in my way. And I learned the hard way, but I managed to get through them. And with that, I wanted to help other people achieve the things they want to achieve by just getting out of their own way and getting out of their own head. And what I learned was that most of the time the story in our heads are far worse than what's really going on in the world. Now, it doesn't mean that what you're perceiving isn't real, but what it does mean is that at this juncture of this perception, we get to make a choice of whether we want to believe what's going on or what we want to believe, what we think our minds are telling us, or do we want to create a new story that helps us get to where we want to be. And most people would argue that that's deflecting or avoidance, but I like to believe that it really helps kind of bridge the gap between a new possible future. And that's what I did. And my name is Manuel. I was raised in Massachusetts and Florida, back and forth. My parents moved a lot. We moved a lot. And there was no real reason, at least I don't remember why we moved. We just up and left one day and a night, and then we ended up here and then there. So I never really grasped the concept of stability based on a location. But I think what that did, it taught me resilience and taught me that you can create what stability looks like to you, and that it's the people you're with that creates the stability, not the place you're at. And it really helped me move around a lot. And then when the world shifted and threw something at me, I was able to handle it because as long as I had good people around me or people that I can trust and fall back on, I felt like I was safe to kind of explore and expand my horizons and make a lot of mistakes, because I did. And so I wanted to share my knowledge and wisdom with you. And so here's my first video on introducing myself. It's going to be a pretty short one, but I figured it'll help kind of give you an idea of where I come from and what I've been through and who I am today. And today I've continuously overcome obstacles. They never end. The lessons never stop. Once you learn one lesson, another one's right behind it, ready for you to learn. And I start to fall in love with contrast in my life, meaning like obstacles and issues. I don't seek them out, but when they do appear in my life, I fall in love with them because there's something inside there that's teaching me one of two things: that I don't want that, so focus on what you do want, or that there's something inside there that I can appreciate and I can fall in love with. So a prime example would be the relationship that I might have with my parents. It's not the most healthy and stable one, but I can look at it one of two ways. I can look at it like, I don't want a relationship like that in my life, so I'm going to seek something that's opposite of that, which is a great indicator, of what you do want by being exposed to what you don't want. Because how do we know the light without the dark without the light, good without the bad, right? Or I can look at it and also tell myself, they were going through stuff. Like that's just, adults. I'm an adult now, so I can see how it can be hard, and you can make choices that are good for you, but they may not be good for everybody. And that doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you made a choice, and it didn't really positively affect me in any good way as a child. But I can't hate you or I can't dislike you for it. But I can look at you and say, yeah, you made a lot of choices that were good for you and were whatever you decided to do, and that's your business. And so, but I can find the good inside of that, and I can find the commonality as me being an adult now and them being an adult back then, and understand that sure, it was their job to protect me and take care of me, and maybe I didn't feel like that was happening to me, but I can't hold that over their heads if they just weren't aware, or if they just made choices that were what they thought was best for their life and the world that they were living in. And so it really helps. And this isn't like, again, deterring the fact that people are responsible for those choices or what they've done, but what it does, it takes away the power that I give to that situation, that I have no responsibility for myself. And it's up to me to find my happiness and my joy. And I get to choose that every single day. I have a conversation with them or I think about them. I get to choose how I think about them. I get to choose the stories I decide to believe, because regardless of whether you can focus on the negative or the positives, you're still choosing which one to focus on. And the only thing I say is that, is focusing on the negative getting you closer to where you want to be, or is focusing on the positive getting you closer to where you want to be? And wherever that answer is, go in that direction, and you'll start to see a pattern forming in your life. So, my name is Manny, and I'm glad you got to hear some of my story, and hope you stay tuned. All right, have a great day. Namaste.